Hey, what's up YouTube? So this is going to be part 5 of the MR2 K20Z1 project. And so I got some parts laid out for you. These are all the parts, or at least the 3 main components that you're going to need to drop the motor in. So we didn't get the full solid, we just got the polyurethane racing mounts. These are like $650 I believe. And then this is the shifter bracket that you need to swap the cables over. And then this is going to be the clutch line that converts to your K series slave cylinder to the MR2 stock hardline. And then we have a fuel regulator from K20Z. And it's just a regulator with gauge because we're going to be making our own hoses and lines as well. I mean, they get pretty good deal, but for the price it's just not really worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and I have all these AN fittings that we're going to combine and make our own line. So it's just a little bit cheaper and a better way to go for your fuel system instead of paying like $500. So those are what we got for today. So I'm going to be showing you guys what we need to do to the transmission with this bracket, because you do have to cut off the weight off the transmission. We'll be installing the clutch line and the slave cylinder just to have it all prepped up. Kind of doing it the opposite way of the black MR2, because that one was kind of already, the engine was in there. I like to do my prep work kind of before, so when I drop the engine in, everything kind of just goes into place. And since this motor's in the back, it's just a little bit harder to work on. So I like to do all my preparation before, which is, like I said, just putting the clutch line on, and then, like I said, doing the bracket. And then if anybody is kind of confused with the mounts, this is going to be your transmission mount on the driver's side. This is going to be your rear mount. And then this is going to be your mount on your crank cover. And then this is going to be the mount that's in front of the intake manifold. So on this one you can keep your stock bolts. This one I believe you can keep your stock bolt. You're gonna have to use some different ones for these if you didn't get the Hux Racing bolt kit. But other than that, yeah, this is like I said, the 3 major things you need for doing a K-swap into an MR2. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the engine bay right now so I can show you what we're gonna be doing. Alright guys, so as you can see, still got a little stuff to take out. I'm gonna take off that cover, heat shield right there. That little brake booster line, I'm gonna eliminate that. We're gonna do the same thing we did to the black one as well. Take off these heater hoses. I might use one depending on if it's still good. They kind of have cracks in them, so probably won't be using those hoses. The shifter cables are gonna come out of here too as well. So we're gonna pop those out and then install the RSX Type S shifter. And we also need to get the bay prepped up so we can paint it black and get it all looking clean in here. Take that mount off. That radiator hose, I'm gonna actually cut that off and then reuse the hose still, so you can actually still use your stock radiator hoses. If anything, it's just all about modifying that tube down there, which I'll show later on, probably in the next video. As far as that, we'll cut the fuse box out, but probably not now. Like I said, I'll probably want to show you guys another way of wiring the car, since the last video was basically a full wiring swap. So I mean, it kind of helps, but it doesn't really help if you're not doing it like DIY way. Spending $1,000 on wiring is kind of expensive, and a lot of people don't have it. So right now, like I said, I'm just going through what I need to finish taking out. So I'm probably going to eliminate that fuel filter down there as well and run an inline filter so it looks a little cleaner. As far as the top radiator hose, that's fine. I can just leave that there. Other than that, just there's a couple grounds that I'll be taking out to move out the way, so when I spray the bay it'll look a lot cleaner. So, and that bracket right there, you see as I'm looking at. So I'm gonna eliminate basically everything I don't need right now, and we'll come back and see what we need next. All right. So we got the shift box taken out. It's just 412s holding it down right here, and then one 10mm, and then you lift this up right here and you got two more 10mm right there. So that's done. And then we got our mount out over here, got our brake booster line out the way. Basically cleared out the grounds and everything, so now I can kind of clean it up. Got the shift linkage out, obviously. So next what we're gonna do is install the clutch line with slave cylinder. So when I drop the engine, I can just drop the slave cylinder right on with the two 12mm bolts. I guess I can go probably install the shifter linkage box. So I'll go start putting the box in, have it mounted up so it's ready for that as well. And then I'm going to show you guys on the transmission what we need to cut off as far as the weight to put the Hux racing bracket on there. So right now I'm going to go ahead and do that and show you guys what we need to do to prepare the transmission for the Hux racing mount bracket. Alright, so got my slave cylinder installed, as you can see, with my clutch line from Hux Racing. And I do a little awesome on here and cleaned out the bay a little bit, so when I start sanding won't be dirt everywhere. I still got to clean it up some more, as you can see. Probably gonna get a pressure washer though, so I can get more detail in it. So next thing I want to show you guys is the shifter box, how I actually install it, because some people probably wonder how to install the shift box, which is pretty simple. I just use this size drill bit. I don't know if it's like a maybe 3/4, no, not 3/4, it's too big, 3/8 maybe. But all I do, so for the bottom, for the back left side one, I actually, when I drill through, I put the bolt through since it fits through. So I actually just run it through the top. That's my top secure bolt. So that one kind of holds everything in place. And then the bottom ones, I mean the top two, the left and right, as you can see, I drilled right here. And I just actually place a screw in down there. Something like this right here. So I kind of just lay it down in there, and that's how I basically just line it up as best as I can. So when I put the bolt through the top, and what you're gonna need is like an impact to kind of like overspin it, so when it locks in and you start tightening it down, the bottom from the back kind of locks into the frame. And that's basically it. I don't do anything special besides that. I don't usually do this side because it's a little bit harder to get the bolt in over there, but 3 bolts are good enough. So if you guys wanted to know my technique on installing the shift box, that's how I do it. It's pretty basic. So next thing I want to show you guys is the transmission preparation. So this is our 0506 transmission, and if any of you guys are looking for one or don't know what the code is, this is the code here for 0506 RSX Type S. Also, this is what we're going to be cutting off, is this right here. This is the weight I was telling you about. So we're going to get that in order to install this bracket from Hux Racing as well. So we're going to install this bracket, but like I said, first you got to saw it off right here. I'll show you after it's done and everything. Also, we have to take this mount off and this this nut, because all 3 bolts go in from the factory mount, I mean the Hux mount, so you can't, this one will actually go on there, so you actually have to use 3 bolts. Other than that, another way to know your transmission is a 6-speed is by this solenoid. If it's a 5-speed, it will not have this solenoid. This is the reverse lockout for 6-speed. Another thing on these transmissions, if you're using them on 02 to 04 cars, this speed sensor is going to be different. On the 02, 04, it's back here, so they read differently. Just in case you guys aren't getting speedometer or your VTEC's not working, that will be a main concern of why that's not working, is because you would need a speed converter. These are the newer ones. they're the same as the 06 to 11 SI and also the TSX. So those models and the 05, 06 RSX do read speed differently. So just want to let you guys know that. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep this transmission real fast with this bracket, and then we'll get on to the next. Alright, so got my Hux Racing bracket on. This is what you need to cut off in order for it to clear and everything for the bracket. There's 2 10s on top and 1 12 on the side. This one comes with a little spacer, and you're gonna need a longer bolt. So I just used a little, there's a little 10 back here for a bracket or whatever, and I use that instead. The stock one that comes in this location will not work. So that's basically gonna be it, guys. I wanted to show you guys this engine just in case anybody's still interested. I do still have it. Just email me or contact me however you can. If you want, you can Instagram me at KSeriousWorks. You can email me at honda.mike1988@gmail.com, or you can just hit me up on YouTube. It's a 5-speed tranny. They go into the Corollas as well as the MR2s and I believe the Camrys. So it's a 2.2 motor. Yeah, so as far as that, this is gonna be it. Like I said, bay is kind of sort of clean, but I'm gonna pressure wash it, make it look a little better. Next video, we'll probably get into the cluster, probably just installing it for now and cleaning everything up inside of here. It's kind of a mess. And then we'll also be painting and dropping in the engine on the next video. So stay tuned, guys. If you haven't, comment, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you can see all my videos as soon as I upload them. So you guys take care, and I'll see you guys later.